Huh? I don't think I recognize you. Are you new arrivals? So, what do you need with me? The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. If I gave you my source, trade secret, got it? You know what trade and secret mean, right?
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Ha! Are you even buying? Oh, I see what's going on here. They're wasting their time. The price is non-negotiable, not by a single Mora.
Hey, what's your problem?
Get out of here, go on. Tell them they're lucky to be buying from me in the first place, and they ought to be more grateful. If it weren't for me...
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this guy. Good idea. Let's check back in.
Huh?
That was quick. You resolved...
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
No? Well, by all means, tell me what you need. Getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived is quite a demand. Oh, that guy? I'm familiar. He used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he'd collect on the beach just to get by. But he seems to have suddenly shot up in the world recently. I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after leaving the International Trade Association.
You're saying he used to be a member of the International Trade Association?
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him? That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt, then went into the shipping business, trading between Leah and When Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of outlanders that ended up stranded on Rito. The International Trade Association was initially very generous to him, but over time, with decree after decree...
So he left the association and turned his back on...
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most ungrateful and cold-hearted of people still have some amount of gratitude and warmth left in them somewhere.
Really? Is that all you need to know?
Well then, it sounds like you may have found a way in with him.
Go!
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you. Huh? Where's this coming from? Mondstadt? You were talking about... Mondstadt? Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar, but I can't remember. The scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me back. Oh, my hometown. The home of freedom.
Oh, it's working!
So, trying to play my heartstrings like a lot. Huh? What is this? What are you...
Just close your eyes already!
You mean... the sound of the ocean? Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the waves. The calls of the merchants. Xiao lanterns. I'm right there at the lantern.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that or he...
Leah... Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't take it. You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? Often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the waves. I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that. Don't you think I've wanted to talk things through with them and free myself from this anguish?
Well, no one's stopping you, so...
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so they rallied together, committed to finding a way to survive. So, I caved. Those people, they'd make the smallest of promises, offer the most measly benefits, and I'd do whatever they asked of me. Alright, I'll tell you the whole story. It's eating me up inside.
You ready to talk now?
But I betrayed them. I can't show my face there.
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, you messed up, so come on, get it off your chest.
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashigaru. Keijiro and they start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra crystal marrow they receive and stockpile it. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an extortionate price, with the proceeds going to the tax collection Ashigaru.
It's plain evil gouging them like this.
I'm their puppet, yes. But my cut is a tiny fraction of what we take in total. It's barely enough for me to live on. Evidence? You're right. Without conclusive evidence, he will never admit it. Now that I think about it, whenever I report back to him after a sale, he always heads to the same place. It's always made me suspicious. As it happens, I handed some Mora over to him not long ago. I can show you where he went if you want.
Really? Well, then there's no time to lose. Let's go.
Keijiro! It's him!
After him!
All for freedom. Which one should I choose? It's not like I'll get any customers.
Sorry. I need to think about it.
A nation blessing now 10% off.
Real?
Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure! Further than sailing free!
No.
Too close! That's too close! He'll notice he's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little!
What could he be doing at a place like this?
It looked like he buried something over there, didn't it? Why don't we take a look? Whoa, it's a big pile of Mora here. Yeah.
Let me take a look here. Aha! Yes! This is what we're looking for. A clear and complete record of every single transaction, each one—
Great! Well, now we have our hard evidence. Let's go tell Carissa the good news, shall we?
I'll say goodbye to you here then.
Huh? You aren't gonna come with us?
I need a little more time before I'm ready to face the head of the association. I'm sorry.
Huh. Poor Werner's a pretty awkward guy, huh?
But we really don't have anything left. If this keeps up, our sales will come in at a loss. There'll be nothing left for us to do but starve.
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no excuses. And who are you? Another new member of the association?
It just so happens that we found your little ledger, so now we're here to tell everyone all about how you embezzled crystal marrow to sell it right back to the taxpayers.
Huh? Is this true?
You've been swindling us!
Well, you see, the taxes,
Let me take a look at the ledger. Well, would you look at that? Every payment the association has made is right here in your personal ledger. So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some explaining to do. How shall we settle this,
So you think you can use this against me, do you? It's quite obvious that I'm merely trying to earn a modest living for myself, like anyone else.
Word has it that Samurai and the Commission place great importance on reputation and prestige. Though I'm sure Commission members won't blame you once word gets out.
Huh? Is that a threat? Are you threatening me?
No, not at all. I'm simply stating that it would be quite a pity if an illustrious gentleman such as yourself were to have their reputation tarnished.
Well, even if what you say is true, what do you suggest we do about it?
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your possession, correct? Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike, and us merchants could finally have some more breathing room.
Is that it?
Do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal marrow and keep it hidden? Fine. In that case, I'll send it over to you today.
And not even an ounce of shame for his actions.
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now. I've even had to ask my friends to help bail me out. What about my losses?
Come on, Harrison. We've already struck a good deal here.
I'm sick of being pushed around like this. I won't let him off so easily.
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket? Does someone dare question the decree?
Chief, you've arrived.
What was all the commotion I heard just now?
Oh, we were just discussing a minor tax issue. I do my utmost to lend them a helping hand, but they're never grateful.
A helping hand? The only thing you're doing is stuffing your greedy pockets with our hard-earned wealth. I assure you that Hirage Shinsuke will hear of this.
Oh, and you dare to utter the Commissioner's name. You outlanders have no respect for the rules. Seize the merchants. We will resolve this dispute back at headquarters.
Uh-oh. This is going in a bad direction.
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for this? If there's a dispute to resolve, let's get a drink and talk it over.
Who are you supposed to be? And why in my right mind would I join you for a drink?
Ha! You never heard of the Fixer?
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission.
Shh.
Huh. Well, this is Kanjo Commission territory. However powerful the Yashiro Commission may be, you have no business meddling in Rito's affairs.
Of course not, of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young lady of our clan some courtesy. You wouldn't want your name showing up in a petition to the Shogun, would you?
That fan, the Shirasagi Himegimi. I don't need any trouble with her. Okay, let's forget all this. It'll give us one less thing to worry about.
But, Chief!
Enough! We're leaving!
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. My treat, I insist. No response, huh? I suppose that bridge is well and truly burned then.
Thank you so much, Toma. But I'm sorry your relationship with the
Hey, I was joking. It's a small price to pay, and you're more than welcome. If there's anyone you should be... If nothing else, I'm sure the tax collection Ashigaru will tread a little more carefully in the future.
Toma? What was all that?
Shh, not here. Too many people listening. Corruption seems rife in the Kanjo Commission. They truly are rotten to... Alright, time for me to answer your questions. What would you like to know? Straight to the point. Let me read. I belong to the Kamisato clan of the Yashiro Commission on Narukami Island. I'm an attendant of the Shirasagi Himegimi.
You've been keeping your trip. So, the Yashiro Commission. Guessing that's another branch of...
Correct. The Kamisato clan is the head of the Yashiro Commission, who manage ceremonial and cultural affairs. I'd go into more detail on what exactly that covers. I'm just someone who was fortunate enough to be taken in by the Kamisato clan. My role is to take care of the daughter of the clan, Kamisato Ayaka, also known as the Shirasagi Himegimi.
Seems like she must be super famous in Inazuma.
Oh, most definitely. She's graceful, dignified, and kind-hearted, too. Her fame even somewhat eclipses that of her older brother, Kamisato Ayato, despite the fact that he's the current head of the clan. I suppose those who treat others with compassion earn themselves the same treatment in return. Miss Kamisato's situation certainly seems to attest to that. Take me, for example. I'm just an attendant, and yet she treats me as an equal, as she would a friend. You're asking the right questions, and to be honest, I don't want to keep you in the dark any more than is necessary. Firstly, you should know that being a fixer is not something you can fake. I spent the better part of a month tirelessly building up a network of relationships on the island, and I got...
Still pretty good going for just a month.
Well, maybe I have a slight knack for schmoozery, but the main thing was I had to make sure I'd be in time to receive you when you arrived. Inazuma may have closed off to the outside world, but that hasn't stopped a lot of people from hearing about your feats in monsters. So, when Miss Kamisato heard of your intention to come to Inazuma, she began looking forward to your arrival with great anticipation. That is, that you have what it takes to change the tide of the times.
Change the tide of the times?
In the test I gave you earlier, although there were a few hiccups at the end, it was you who found the way to turn the situation around. Navigating powerful people, using their character flaws to your advantage. It's just what Miss Kamisato had hoped. With your help, even the Vision Hunt decree... That's an unexpected development. Perhaps our source... Yes, of course. I completely understand, and as agreed.
Toma sure didn't put up much of a fight.
Well, my work on Rito is done. So I suppose this is goodbye for now. Oh, one more thing. This invitation letter is for you. When you get to Narukami Island, you can find... Good luck with everything. See you soon.
Toma's not such a bad guy, huh? We should get going. Huh? What's up? Oh, right! Paimon forgot all about... Wait, so... Did Toma forget that too? Oh, darn it! No wonder he was so matter-of-fact. As soon as we get off Ritu, Paimon's going straight to Komura Tea House to sit... Well, guess we should give it a try.
there's still a long road ahead.
When the sun...
Stop there! Present your travel permits.
Sorry, but we really gotta get to Narukami Island.
If you don't have a travel permit, this is as far as you'll get. Those are the rules.
As expected. Traveler, you gotta think of something. How do we get out of Rito? Are you saying we should go and meet with the Kanjo Commissioner? Guess it can't hurt to try. Even if Paimon has a few... Who knows? Maybe he's our biggest fan.
Halt! This is the Kanjo Commissioner's office. No trespassers.
We're here to see,
The Kanjo Commissioner seldom entertains Outlanders. Leave now or we'll be...
Wait.
Oh, Commissioner!
These two are honored guests from afar. No need to give them the usual spiel. Come on in. Let's see what we can do for you.
Huh! Did you get all that, mister?
My sincere apologies.
I am Hiragi Shinsuke, Kanjo Commissioner and head of the Hiragi clan.
Nice to meet you, sir. So, the reason we wanted to come and...
All right, all in good time. Two travelers renowned far and wide have shown up to see me.
So what you're saying is we...
Absolutely. How many other people in the world have what it takes to knock the wind out of Storm Terror?
Exactly! Paimon thinks you make an excellent...
And I hear you also foiled a Fatui plot in Liyue Harbor. Even beat one of their
Whoa! You heard about that too? Something wrong?
No. I'm simply awestruck by you both is all. Rito is greatly honored to have you. One other thing I heard about you is your great zeal for helping other people.
Oh, sure, no problem. Whatever you need, right?
Excellent. Well then, you must know the Genshin. A flower grows on the mountaintop.
Yep, we've picked a few of those before. So,
Yes, bring me 300 Genshin, would you? Fresh.
did Paimon hear that wrong?
Too much trouble, is it? Then how about this? We have a few items that need delivering.
That sounds much more like it.
709 letters to be precise.
Hey, what gives? How
Terribly sorry. We're just a little short on people lately.
What sort of an explanation is that? Traveler, what are we going to do? Should we really help this guy?
That's the spirit. Don't keep me waiting too long now.
You're seriously considering taking this job? The terms are ridiculous.
Halt, you two!
Huh? What did we do?
Miss Hiragi has a letter for you. She insists that you read it immediately.
A letter? Quick! Let Paimon see! So this means she wants you to secretly meet her at night? But you didn't seem surprised at all by this. What's going on? Huh? Have you been up to something behind... Let's ask her tonight and see what...
You finally arrived. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Hiragi Chisato. This is technically the second time we have met. It's...
Wow. She's the daughter of the Hiragi clan, all right.
No need to be so formal. I've long marveled at your accomplishments. And
Is it Paimon, or does something seem a bit off here?
the reason why I wanted to secretly meet you here is... well, I feared that I might never have another opportunity.
Discuss what?
Ahem. I should like to ask for your help with delivering a letter.
Like father, like daughter.
No, you misunderstand me. Please, I was hoping that you could deliver a letter to Narukami Island in my stead. It is to be given to Kujo Kamaji of the Tenryou Commission. My father has always forbidden me from communicating with him. He knows that there are prospects for my marriage that would better serve him politically. But there is no one who would dare defy my father's will on Rito. But you are Outlanders. Outlanders seeking to get to Narukami Island.
Ah, Paimon gets the whole picture.
Of course, in doing so, I will also do everything in my power to help you leave Rito. That is my promise. To be perfectly honest, as long as you remain in Inazuma, my father will have no intention of letting you leave Rito.
Yeah, we figured as much. It was pretty obvious he was just...
I secretly overheard a conversation between my father and a very arrogant... They seemed to be discussing how to keep you here on Rito. In fact, it was the first time I had ever heard my father speak so respectfully to someone who wasn't the shogun. We don't have much time. I'll tell you my plans to help you off the island. It just so happens that a shipment of... Very well. I'll be waiting for you at the border. I'm counting on you to deliver my letter. Hold on, please. These goods are being sent to Watatsumi Island?
My lady, this is an unexpected honor. You are correct. These goods have been repeatedly requested by the Kanjo Commission.
Is there something wrong, Lady Hiragi?
No, as you were. My father simply has some concerns of the shipment's safety, and has ordered that myself and an additional qualified escort be
My lady, you aren't suggesting that you intend to escort this shipment personally, are you? There's certainly no need for you to trouble yourself with such a matter. And as for this...
Please, do not cause us any further delay. If memory serves me right, my father has already asserted that this shipment must arrive.
Yes, of course, my lady. It's just that, well...
Now, need I remind you of the penalty if anything were to happen to me en route? Do you really presume that you can fully guarantee my safety on your own?
Boy, Chisato can talk the talk.
Yes, my lady. Very well then. It's an honor to have you accompanying us.
Shinojo, you can't really be agreeing to this.
Well, the request is from Lady Hiragi herself. It is our duty to serve her.
Yes, but that's not the problem here.
Well then, if we're through here, I suggest we set off at once. Dawdling will only allow potential thieves...
Yes, my lady. You heard her. There's no time to lose.
My lady, please stay back. We'll handle it.
Not as well as we'll handle it.
Rain outlines your fate. No, my sword.
That tingle?
Let me read you a verse.
Freeze! That tingle? I got careless. I got careless. Another
Body
test
and
subject.
Time to act.
Monster sighted! Prepare to counterattack!
Protect Lady Hiragi at all costs.
We'll take care of this. Stay with Chisato.
To the Terry! Watch out! More monsters inbound!
Lady Hiragi, stay close.
My blade!
You're open! That won't work.
Time to go!
Fall before me! This isn't over!
Rain cutter. Rain outlines your fate.
You win. This. You're open! There's more! There's more! You're open!
Lightning flash!
See no more!
Barry.
We can take refuge in the village up ahead. How are you faring, my lady?
I'm perfectly all right. You may stop here. The road to Narukami Island is... In my letter, I've requested Kamaji to grant you a special travel permit from the Tenryou Commission.
My lady?
So that's how it is. I had a feeling...
No, Lady Hiragi would never hide anything from us, I'm sure of it. But who is this Kamaji you...
I'm not afraid to say that...
The one you love?
Shinojo, did you honestly
What? No, I was just clarifying, that's all. I would never...
You two needn't worry. Please, forget that this ever happened. If my father catches word of it, I alone will be held accountable.
Yes, of course. As you wish, my lady.
But what will happen if your actions here are discovered, Chisato?
Don't fret. My father has always been one to spoil me. The worst he'd do is sentence me to half a day without food, or something to that effect.
Huh. Paimon never suspected a guy like him could have a soft side.
I wish you a safe journey. I'm sure we will meet again.
Bye, Chisato!
Come now. Quit your staring and let's get moving. We've got goods to shift.
All right.
We're finally on our own way again. I suppose it's time we find Toma.
Everything and anything in Tsukumo Monogatari.
According to the letter, this should be the place.
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid you'll have to leave.
Wait! We're not the general public.
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck into the nation, judging by your attire.
Are our clothes really so... what?
The Yashiro Commission's seal. This must be from Mr. Toma. It seems there's more to you than meets the eye. In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House, a safe haven for the Yashiro Commission.
Well, that sounds more like it. Well, now that we're here, where's Toma? Paimon doesn't see him anywhere. Do you think he forgot his promise to meet us?
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What? Is that dog talking to us?
Relax. No need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form? Huh. So you didn't see anything like this when you were in Liyue Harbor?
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
Alright. I've had my fun.
Hey! You're this close to getting an ugly nickname, miss...
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you for so long, as was the case in Rito. So I came up with this little fun greeting for when you arrived. But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that little test you went through earlier, though it was quite necessary. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisato, and whether you had the courage to face the lightning alongside us.
Don't think that Paimon's gonna forgive you just because you're getting all serious now.
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the rules from the very beginning, haven't you? Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute determination. A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. But when the lightning struck... so you've heard of his story. His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence where the But before that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany.
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now, but you can already see...
Sure feels gloomy. People probably don't come here often, do they? Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks?
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt Decree are put in...
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt Decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the City of Freedom. As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler and its deity. The eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs and the Sakoku Decree to limit the people's movement. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end to the other.
Seems like every god has their own will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity doesn't allow for such instability to exist. Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryou Commission to scour the nation for visions, and this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's symbol of eternity.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun is being...
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against the Raiden. And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt Decree is something that simply should not exist. And Miss Kamisato has been committed to fighting it since...
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like...
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything. Did...
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then...
Aspirations? That would seem to confirm the saying. Have you heard it before? that when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their... So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Finally!
This is the headquarters of the Tenryou.
Don't worry.
My lucky day!
The insolent shall be punished. Where are you?
outlines your fate. Huh?
So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be snazzier.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guest. Miss Kamisato is delighted to finally meet you.
Is this the Shirasage Himegimi you keep going on about? So, where's she at? Oh, behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss... Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
Makes sense. She's a super important person after...
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion. Especially following... I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. And Toma assures me, at present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt, though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot... Traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
No, please! Wait! Please, don't go! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my...
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you will understand.
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt decree, and a swordmaster determined to become the best in the world. Does Paimon got that right?
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will await your return here. Then you have my gratitude.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge you to reconsider.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's go over and see.
You must also be here to try. Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago. Keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels. But now, all of a sudden, we will gladly apologize if that's the case. All we want is for him to stay.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, he became a completely different person. I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone, circled the village a few times, and then out of the blue, he announced that he was going to leave and become a wanderer. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally, it doesn't feel right to let him leave when he's in this state. He's a lost soul.
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here.
One day, I'll be as great as Ryuji.
You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay. True, but that's not why I chose to stay here. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought, what's to stop me from moving around instead? The emptiness inside me will be there either way.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to leave anymore, right? But if you can't remember anything, it's not gonna be easy. Oh, maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then it'll all come flooding back?
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
I keep a diary? If you say so. I honestly can't seem to remember.
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few interesting things. Things which would prove very important at a later date.
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary. It must be around here somewhere. Let's take a look.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head back to the village to inform the others of Tejima's situation.
This looks like Tejima's diary, all right. Let's see what Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized that, seems like you're... Huh? Wait! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you gave... Now that's the kind of info we're looking for! Time to pick... story Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Looking at the... But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remains.
I wish it could be like this all the time.
Somewhere that Tejima visited a lot. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious. Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30... It looks like a letter. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? So the reason Tejima... But he's been here for 30 years! Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back.
One day, I'll be as great as Ryu.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me. But I have no... Still, it's clear that I was waiting for... Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. And just look at all the things. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regret, everything I felt for her. No. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if... I think... maybe not. If this is something I waited... Although... what if she were to turn up eventually? Oh, when I think about it like that... How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness. I shall remain here.
Tejima seems to be dealing... okay. But still, seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. If you lose your vision, that certainly explains the state Tejima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him. Well, let's go find the next person. According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a... They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in But why would they take action against... Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand?
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please?
The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang?
What? We just happened to be passing We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps this is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the... In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself, I just know it. We'll starve...
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she... Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my...
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt decree. Why?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. And it's not just that.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be... To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. Which is why I came here in the first place. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any...
He seems to be telling the truth, but we better confirm. Let's go round up those We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and plunder that will go down in hoarder history.
You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's teach them a lesson!
Another test subject.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know. Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. Oh, I remember. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just...
So what did you see the inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with value. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got... But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box...
You've got a deal! Now show us what's in the box!
Huh? What the...
There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Yeah, a lot of them, and they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of... As for you guys, you're free to go. Just
Yes, of course. So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
Go! Phew! Go!
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got... Or perhaps... There's something you want... Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're...
Whoa, whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves! How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover what...
So that's how he was getting those emergency... But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just...
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough. Especially, so he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency and no one ever appreciated what he did.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, if you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, if you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. That reminds me, it's most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that...
Sword? What?
Oh, didn't he tell you? I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price, at least. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide... Oh, but before you go, if you would...
But we didn't buy...
Information is also a kind of commodity. Don't worry. I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confident.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions were coming from. Plus, we found out that... Let's go talk to Kurosawa again, and see if he can remember... Go!
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using... Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions.
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult... But I cannot deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so. This sword was once wielded by my... I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed, and said to me,
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hill. Can you recognize the words?
virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest but what use of virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision, and the very people I was so desperately trying to help. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my... I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what...
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro... In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul.
Huh? Phew.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a... Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Make-Your... This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the...
Maybe, but... I'm still... Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken.
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place...
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Make-Your Shisui art. But then we got here and overheard you talking about...
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from... Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying... You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time being. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I would... Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired... But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He says the strangest things over and over. And Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an evil spirit. But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts.
The Grand Narukami Shrine?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power to... So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come.
So, losing your vision can cause possession.
Toodaloo.
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive just now, when Nanako was attending to him. She heard him when she asked him who the people were. He suddenly looked... It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with... All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew. Others, one of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the shrine maidens managed to subdue him. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently... Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is...
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh, we won't let them get away with it. Come on, let's... Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person!
How? Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? You move even quicker than he, unless... I guess it's been a few...
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the question. And what are you doing sneaking around these parts?
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
His senior? What?
Anzai. Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same swordmaster. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from... But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best swordmaster, I thought so too at the time. but Domon began making swift progress in his training. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long... He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less...
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei, too. Sensei was advanced in years by then. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his master. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? His mind was the sharpest. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, So you see, I came here not to cause him any... Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us.
なんですって？師匠は邪気に取り憑かれたわけじゃない。師匠は自分から狂ったとでも言うんですか？そんな、私は信じません。きっと何か事情があるに違いありません。
ナナコ、落ち着け。
申し訳ございません。私の力では土門さんが取り憑かれているのを確認することはできませんでした。しかしこの世界には様々な邪が存在します。その多くは私が今まで見たこともないもので、それにこのことに転機がないとは限りません。先ほど私が得た情報によりますと、八重様があなた方の師匠に会ってみたいとおっしゃっているようです。
八重様が？俺の知ってるあの八重様がですか？
鳴神大社の大巫女様、八重様が？よかったです。これで師匠は助かります。
ええ。八重様は幅広い知識を持ち合わせており、これまでも数々の災厄と邪気を払ってきました。あなた方の師匠が邪気に取り憑かれたのかは分かりませんが、八重様ならきっと正しい答えを導き出せるでしょう。
その巫女様、八重様に会うには何か準備は必要でしょうか？
必要ありません。唯一行うべきは指定された時間に鳴神大社に着くことです。八重様は無駄に待つことを嫌っています。では私はこれで。鳴神大社にてお会いしましょう。土門さんがいち早く回復することを 祈っています。
まさか八重様が俺たちの師匠を気にかけてくれるなんて。
兄さんは師匠の名声が八重様の目に留まらないとでも言いたいのですか？
いや、それは誤解だ。ただ八重様なんだぞ。噂では将軍様と深い関係にある大巫女様だって。とにかく明日は君も来てくれ。わざわざ遠くから弟子入りに来たんだ。どんな結果になろうと我々明鏡止水流は君に
おう、おいらもその八重様って人が気になるぞ。その人からライデン将軍の情報を聞き出せるかもしれないしな。あの人が八重様か。純也の言ってた通り、すごく強いオーラを放ってるぞ。それに、さっきオイラたちのことを見てなかったか？オイラの見間違いだったかも。何せ、オイラたちとあの人って初めて会ったはずだから。
来るな。俺に近づくな。もう剣はやめたんだ。許してくれ。
見ての通りです、八重様。土門さんはずっとこの状態です。かつて彼に負けた人が周りで自分を罵っているようで、とても苦しんでいます。
八重様、師匠は邪気に取りつかれたのでしょうか？師匠は以前このような感じではありませんでした。師匠は昔どんなことがあっても笑っていたのです。
残念じゃが、汝らの師匠から邪気は感じられぬ。
そんな。では師匠は？
そう、自らこのようになった。巨大な重圧に耐えかね、心は崩壊、精神も傷つき、最後には発狂する。水に落ちたもののように、あがけばあがくほど暗く冷たき深海に落ちる。原因はおそらく神の目を失ったことじゃろう。神の目を奪われるというのは願いを奪われることと同じじゃ。
願い。しかし八重様、願いを奪われたというのなら師匠は一般の人に戻るだけなんじゃないですか？どうして発狂なんて。
汝らの流派、明鏡止水流と言ったか？いいなじゃが、今のこの世の中、本物の明鏡止水などどこにもあらぬ。名声に興味ないと自称する者は、弟弟子に破られ門下を去る。年配の剣術家は怒りを抱き、自身の教え子に勝負を仕掛ける。では雑念がないように見える者が、その手で自身の師匠と兄弟子を任したとき、本当に何も感じぬと思うか？
八重様のおっしゃる意味は？
剣の道とは千変万化。剣術で天下一を取ることは凡人にとってたやすいものではない。その手に剣を持ち、他者の夢を打ち砕いていく必要がある。たとえそれが
彼の近くにいる親しいものであろうとも、故に天下一を取るという願いに執着し、苦しみを一時的に忘れることで先に進むことができたのじゃろう。その願いが失われた時、彼は自分を否定し始め、恐怖にもがく。そしてこのようになる。そう、あの未熟なわらわの友人のように。
師匠はずっとそのような苦しみを抱えてきたのですね。
すまない。全部俺のせいなんだ。父さん、師匠、安西さん。もういい。
さっき会った土門さんの兄弟子？なんでここに？オイラたちの後をこっそりつけてきたのか？
安西？どうして安西が2人？鬼なのか？俺に復讐しに来たんだろう。分かってるさ。やはり俺はあの時。
確かに俺はお前のことを気に食わねえやつだと思ってる。だがお前の謝罪なんか聞きたくねえ。何年も経ち、もう全部理解した。鼻っからお前は間違ったことなんか何もしてねえ。間違えてたのは俺なんだ。メンツを失うことに耐えかねて門下から逃げ出した。お前に任されたほとんどの奴がお前を責めたりなんかしねえと俺は信じてる。それどころか俺たちは自分たちの願いをお前に託した。お前がさらに高みに行けることを願ってた。お前の願いが奪われ、俺たちの期待に応えられねえことはもう知ってる。だけどお前はあいつらの願いまで奪っちゃならねえ。剣術を磨き。
だがいつの日かあいつらも俺のように血をにじませながら天下一を追いかけるかもしれない。最初から間違ってたんだよ。いつの日かあいつらも俺みたいになるっていうのなら、俺は前に進むことをやめ。
そいつらの考えを聞いたことはあるか？
師匠は以前海賊から私を救ってくださいました。将来師匠のように苦しむのかなんて私には分かりません。いつの日か正々堂々胸を張り、私は師匠の弟子で明鏡止水流の伝承者なんだと皆さんに伝えることができると信じています。
七子だけじゃない。俺たち他のみんなもそう思ってる。
お前たち、
ほら見ろ。自分の願いをそいつらに託してもいいんじゃねえか？願いが奪われるなんてこと俺は経験したこともないから分かるはずもねえ。だがお前に負けたあの時、俺も願いが砕かれる瞬間を感じたことはある。だからよ、俺が自分の願いをお前に託したように、お前もそいつらに願いを託せ。俺とお前は違う。俺が去った時、俺には何にもなかった。だがお前にはこんなにも優秀な弟子たちがたくさんいるじゃねえか。
そうか、分かったよ。すまなかった。明鏡止水流の師範だというのにお前たちに心配をかけてしまった。今の俺は天下一になんて興味はない。心にある虚無と苦痛が解消されない限り、再び雑念のない心に到達することは不可能だろう。だがお前たちの師匠として俺がこの人生で学んだ全てのものをお前たちに教えてやれる。この点は兄弟子にも監督してもらいたい。
もちろん見張っておくさ。また発狂されたら困るのはこっちだからな。だが俺はもう今の気ままな生活に慣れてる。道場に残るのはやめておこう。たまにお前のところに行ってサボってねえか見てやる。何をほうけてるんだ。早く八重様に礼を言って帰るぞ。
奪われた願いを 弟子たちに受け継がせる。
旅人さん、お待ちを。八重様からお話がございます。やはりわらわの気のせいじゃなかった。異境から訪れる風、この海域に新たな望みを吹きつけ、わらわたちの出会いは少々早すぎたかもしれぬ。じゃが汝がこの島を訪れた時期はちょうどよかったと言えよう。わらわの期待に応えられるよう励むがよい。
あの八重様って人、お前に興味津々みたいだな。不思議なやつだな。さっき言ったことの意味は一体。これについてはまた今度話そう。今は早く戻って彩香に報告しようぜ。
なる神様、あの人が無事でいられ。
最後の願いも叶えたぞ。彩香？
こうして会うのは初めてですね。旅人さん、パイモン、あなた方が友人たちを手伝ってくれたことはすでにお聞きしました。本当にお疲れ様でした。
そうだぞ。神の目を取り戻さない限り何をやっても効果がない気が。そういえば彩香、どうして今回は出てきたんだ？
あの3つの出来事から私はすでにあなた方を友人とみなしたからです。トーマと話す時と同じように友人とは屏風越しにお話はできません。
ちょっと待った。トーマってお前の家来だろ？おいら家来は嫌だぞ。
パイモンさんは本当に面白い方ですね。トーマは私の家来である以前に私の友人でございます。
そっか。なんか屏風の後ろから出てきた彩香、雰囲気も違う気がするぞ。
ありがとうございます。では本題に戻りますが、神の目を失った方々の苦しみを見てどのように感じられたでしょう。神である将軍様の目にはすべての生き物は一つ一つの生命に過ぎないのかもしれません。雷鳴、成功、強風、周雨、それらの到来は人々の思いに配慮することなどありません。しかしあなたでしたらきっと感じ取っていただけますよね。 どうやら私の気持ちを理解していただけたようですね。であればもう一度。本当ですか？はい、もちろんです。
まったくお嬢にはかなわない。
彼はそれらを放ってはおけないお方だと言ったではありませんか。ではこのことはご内密にお願いします。木漏れ茶屋に向かいましょう。シャブ業にいる一般の方を巻き添えにしないと。
またここに来たな。
先に話を始めてくれ。俺は周囲の見張りをしてくるよ。
ここは一体何のための場所なんだ？どうしていつもここに集合するんだよ。
ここはかつて将軍様から与えられたシャブ業の放置。シャブ業上里家のみが計画、建設、修理、そして出入りするものの管理を許されています。これらはすべてシャブ業の祭祀事務の特殊性に関係しています。多くの場合で周りの方を近づかせないようにする必要がございますので。
おいらわかったぞ。神秘的な雰囲気が必要なんだな。
その後城内での祭祀が減ってからシャブ業の人間のみが自由に出入りできるこの茶室を先輩方が建てられたのです。
そっか、確かに秘密基地にはぴったりだ。
さて、ここでは自由に話すことができます。何かご質問はございますか？将軍様。私は将軍様とそれほど多くお会いしたことはございません。お会いしたのもそのほとんどが祭祀の儀式場でのことです。記憶ではとても威厳ある方で、高貴で尊く類を見ないほどの威圧感を放っていました。それ以外で最も印象的だったのは、彼女には感情がほとんどなく、統治者というよりも無情な執行者として様々な形で永遠という唯一の目標を実践しているようでした。実はほとんどの方にとってメガリレーは自身と関係ないことなのです。神の目を持つ者はそれほど数が多くありません。それどころか嫉妬を招くほどです。そのため多くの民はそれに対して無関心なのです。
そんな、あまりいい気はしないな。
しかし私たち以外にも遠方の渡積島に抵抗軍が存在しています。
抵抗軍？メガリレーに抵抗してるのか？
はい。神の目を失った者や失うことを恐れている者が渡積島のサンゴノ宮の下で抵抗組織を結成したのです。サンゴノ宮に関してはもともと鳴上島の幕府と信仰上の衝突をしていたようです。彼女らの率いる抵抗軍に他の意図があるかどうかは分かりませんが、もちろん試みました。しかしメガリレーを廃止する提案が天守閣へ届くたび、天領奉行と勘定奉行による両奉行の否決によって毎回却下されてしまうのです。彼らは無条件で将軍様の決定を支持する態度をとっており、相談の余地さえ見当たりません。そもそも将軍様が突然メガリレーを出したのは一体どのような理由からなのでしょう。 モンさん、何が聞きたいのでしょう？
どうやってメガリレーに抵抗するんだ？
正直、まだ決まっていません。
おい！
メガリレーに抵抗するということは、神に抗うことにもなります。その覚悟を決めるだけでも容易なことではございません。
じゃあどうするんだよ。
今のところ私たちにできるのは、メガリレーによる損害を減らす方法を探し出すことだけでしょう。例えば、神の目の所有者をかくまったり、偽の神の目を作り、その場をしのいだりすることです。
神の目って偽物が作れるのか？
花見坂の手芸職人の手にかかれば、肉眼では見分けのつかない偽の神の目を作り出すことができます。しかし現在、ある問題がございます。かねてより私たちのために偽の神の目を製造してきた正勝先生が、数日前に天領奉行の方に身柄を拘束されてしまいました。
見つかっちゃったのか？
はい。長期的な解決策ではなかったので、見つかるのも仕方なかったのですが、このまま正勝先生を見捨てるわけにはいきません。私もそう思います。しかし、脱獄となりますと、私とトーマは、社奉行としての身分がございますので、このことが露見すれば、上里家全体を巻き込んでしまいます。もちろんこのことをすべて、あなた一人に丸投げすることはいたしません。準備が整い次第、花見坂へ向かってください。そこに、長野原という花火屋がございます。そこであなたを手助けしてくれる方を見つけられるでしょう。
おとなしく私な。俺たちが手荒な真似をする元素力を使ってメガリレーに抵抗するんなら頭を冷やしてきた方がいいぜ。前にそうした奴がどんな結末をたどったか知らないわけじゃないだろう。
見逃してください。この神の目は手に入れたばかりなんで。
ちょうど神の目の押収現場に出くわしたぞ。放ってはおけないよな。
ちょい
あっちで。
こっちこっち。
どうしたんだ？緊急事態なんだ。
見とき。
おい、なんなんだよお前。自分ってあれお前持ってるのか？
静かにしとき。うちらまで見つかってまうやろ。
わかりました。これでいいですか、武士様。
ふん、それでいい。行くぞ。
宵宮さん、ありがとうございます。
さっき僕にくれた偽物がなければ。
気にせんといて。あんたも結構演技してたで。
そうだったのか。そうとも知らずにおいらさっき
ええんや。あんたらのさっきの反応、同じ立場におる人間やってのがよ。自己紹介がまだやったな。うちは宵宮。この長野原花火屋の
花見坂で宵宮さんを知らない人はいませんよ。夏祭りの女王とはまさに彼女のこと。
すごい人なんだな。おいらも花火が大好きだ。会えて嬉しいぞ。
そないなこと言われると照れるな、半四郎。それと、うちに礼を言うよりも正勝先生に感謝しや。正勝先生が偽の神の目を残してくれたおかげやさかい。あん時うちの神の目も正勝先生の偽物を使うて守ったんや。もし奪われてたら商売上がったりやったで。
はあ、正勝先生は本当にいい方なのにどうして報われないのでしょう。
正勝先生。
なんや、あんたらも正勝先生を知っとるんか。ほんまか。白鷺の姫君が手配したもんやったんやな。実はここ数日、せやけどいきなり無謀に突っ走っても上里さんに迷惑かけるだけやと思うてね。うちもあんたらと一緒に行動させ。
もちろんいいぜ。綾香もオイラたちに長野原花火屋
どうやら店で神の命の所有者をかくまう以外に正勝先生は町奉行所に閉じ込められとる。
宵宮は頼もしいな。お前
せやろ準備ができたら出発するで。
助けるで。やっと入れたな。
こっから入って正解やったな。こんなとこに閉じ込められるんは怖いやろな。手分けして行動するで。正勝先生を迎えるには。
おう。じゃあ気をつけていけよ。絶対に捕まるなよ。
おう、あんたらもな。
この件はわかるかい。
よっそれ。
先に
そこ
行くぞ。
おいおそれ。
雨描き方し歌よ錦と
行こう。両弦の蝶。さあ、
正々堂々勝負せよ。勝負。負けた。隊列隊列。
おい。
よた。
この剣はわかるかい？
この壁、なんだかおかしいぞ。何か仕掛けがあるのかな。こいつら、なんだか強化されてるみたいだ。その力の源は、あそこの鎧と関係してるんじゃないか？
先に行くぞ。誰だ。者ども続け。
雨描き方し
せよ。拙者を恐れずに堂々勝負せよ。
おい。
やっ仕掛けるぞ。
おやおや。
拙者を恐れてるのか。
それ。
勝負。いけ。もうかかん。者ども続け。
よっ。おい。
先に引くぞ。
おい。
拙者の。
くら
え。してまいる。やっ。敗北を喫してる。
この剣はわかるかい？
いってらっしゃい。
正々堂々勝負せよ。活目せよ。修練が足りなかったか。願いたい。拙者を恐れてるのか。してまいる。勝負。
よっ、両弦の蝶。
正々堂々勝負せよ。先に活目せよ。
ブラムは はわかるかい？
負けだ。拙者を恐れてるのか？してまいる。
計画が変わった。
修練が足りなかったか。
形は精神と共にあれ。形は精神と共にあれ。雨描きがたし。
あんな小賢しい真似で俺たちを騙せるとでも思ったのか？
はっ、投獄だけで済むと思うなよ。
畜生、天領奉行のやつら正勝先生に暴行しとる。
早くどうにかして助け出さないと。おれ、よいみや、お前いつの間に。
もう見てられん。正勝先生に何かあったらうちらがここに来た意味は？
お前たち何をしている？
九条沙羅様。
俺たちはただこいつの指導をしているだけです。
あれ、あいつは誰だ？
九条沙羅、天領奉行九条家の養子で幕府軍の大将や。なんでこないな場所に？
どけ。どんな状態か見せろ。死刑は将軍様から禁止されているはずだ。知らないわけではないだろう。
存じております。
もし自分たちのやったことに恥を感じていないのであれば、天領奉行の配下としてふさわしくない。
申し訳ございません、九条様。
威厳のある人だな。
あいつらの注意力が正勝先生からそれとる。今が好機かもしれんで。おい、よ
いみや、焦って行動しない方が。
待て、そこに誰か。お前たち見に行け。
はっ。
来たぞ、早く隠れろ。
悪い、うちのせいや。心配せんでええ。うちの失敗はうちが取り戻す。
花火
だ。あそこで何か爆発したぞ。
まさか花火？
見に行くぞ。
花火って注意を引くにはもってこいだな。少 少し派手すぎる気もするけど。
花火の使い道は祭りだけやないで。当たり前や。こいつはうちの
おい、よいみや。お前、監獄。
うちも職人やさかい。無意識のうちにちょっち派手にやりたくなってもったんや。
もうあっちに誰もいないみたいだぞ。
よいみやか。
正勝先生、待たせてもうたな。畜生。
早く行くぞ。もしあいつらが戻ってき
今回だけだ。重傷を負っている。連れて行って治療してやれ。だが治療が終わり次第必ずもう一度捕まえる。
次はそう簡単にいかんと思うで。
さっさと行け。
やっとあの不気味な場所から出られたな。
やっとあの暗いところから。
正勝先生、平気か？歩けそうか？
大丈夫だ。医者に着く前に死ぬことはないだろ
う。みんな、うちは正勝先生を医者に連れて行く。祝うのはまた今度。
分かったから早く行け。オイラたちに構わなくていいから。なんとかうまく救い出せたな。そうだな、あの九条サラってやつ、部下の過ちの天領奉行にもいいやつがいるんだな。もちろんメガリレーを執行してることを認めたわけじゃないけど。よし、じゃあこのいい知らせを彩香たちに教えよう。
なるほど。九条サラは君たちに手を出さなかったと。彼女と接触を試み、より多くの情報を聞き出せないだろうか。
それは難しいと思います。九条サラはメガリレーの執行者。彼女は将軍様の正勝先生がメガリレーに直接脅威をもたらす存在ではないと判断し、見逃したのでしょう。しかし、私たちの身分があらわになった場合、彼女は容赦しないはずです。
ごもっとも。しかし、正勝先生を救い出せた今、俺たちが一本取り返せたと言ってもいいだろう。今回は、宵宮と旅人のおかげだ。勝利にまた一歩近づけたってわけだ。君は、俺が思っている以上に、頼りになる人みたいだな。
そうでもないぜ。
確かに、旅人さんの助けがなければ、今回の救出はこんなにうまくはいかなかったでしょう。しかし、メガリレーに抵抗するには、これだけではまだまだ足りません。今後の計画を準備する必要がございます。
そんなに心配しなくても大丈夫さ、お嬢。少なくとも、今は全ていい方向に向かっている。監獄から正勝先生を無事救出し、仲間の数も増えた。そういえば、天領奉行が近頃、祝典の準備をしていると聞いた。何か、それで、町にいるメガリレーの武士が減ったのは確かだ。今は、一時的に平和になってる。
儀式？どうして天領奉行がその…
俺にもわからないが、俺たちとは関係ないことだろう。とにかく、彼らが最近忙しくしているのは事実だ。俺たちに構う暇なんてない。
そうですね。確かに一理あります。ずっと気を張っていても疲れが溜まるだけでしょう。少々休息を取った方がいいかもしれません。トーマ、何か提案はございますか？
ちょうど、祝賀会を行おうと思ってたところだ。みんなで一緒に、鍋で。実は、最近新しい鍋遊びを知ってね、とっても面白いんだ。
鍋遊び？なんだそれ。
簡単に言えば、各自それぞれ違う材料を用意し、一緒に鍋に入れる。目を閉じて、鍋から食材をすくい出し、食べながら正解した場合、同じ作業をもう一回繰り返す。最終的に得点が一番高かった人が、鍋の神。面白そうだろ？もう待ちきれない。実はすでに、自分の分の食材は用意してあるんだ。
どんだけ遊びたいんだよ。仕方ないな。旅人、お犬たちも食材を用意してこようぜ。何がいいかな。どれどれ？鬼ヤバな絶雲の唐辛子、超しょっぱいハム。なんか、恐ろしい鍋になりそうだな。
お腹が痛い。胃の中で、花火が上がってるみたいだ。
まさかトーマが一番得点を取るなんて。おかしな食材はほとんどトーマが食べちゃったな。大丈夫かトーマ。
塩漬け青魚、熟していないスミレウリ、しゃぶしゃぶ団子、それと食べたら舌が凍るやつ。なんだか走馬灯が見えてきた気がするぜ。さよならみんな。
全部トーマがご自身で入れたおかしなものじゃございませんか。自分の食材をずっとすくっていましたよ。
でも綾香は鍋にケーキを入れてたよな。旅人が食べてたぞ。鍋ケーキ。想像するだけでもう。
ごめんなさい。もっと美味しくなると思いまして。
ダメだ。少し休ませてくれ。はあ、生き返った。
トーマ、別にあんなに頑張らなくてもよかったんだぞ。わざといくつか間違えれば、綾香や旅人の番になってたのに。
最近運があまり良くないと感じてね。鍋の神のご加護で運勢を変えたかったんだ。だけど気づいたら 火がついちゃってたようだ。まあ、一種の修行だと思えば問題ないさ。もう悪い運気は全てこの遊びで使い切ったことを感じるよ。今ここに宣言しよう。本日の鍋遊びはこれにて閉幕。優勝者はこの俺だ。
おー。
遊びも終わり、仕事も一段落ついた。次は休息を取る時間かな。
はい。トーマの言う通り、天領奉行が本当に何か準備をしているのでしたら、一度休息を取りましょう。休んでいる間に、私も少々行いたいことがございます。
じゃあ、各自休んでくれ。何日か後に、木漏れ茶屋に集合して、次の計画を相談しよう。めったにない休暇だ。大事に使うんだぞ。俺もそろそろ支度をして、次の鍋遊びの食材を用意してくるとしよう。
またやる気かよ。
一回だけじゃ物足りないだろじゃあみんな、また。
おう、またな。旅人、しばらく木漏れ茶屋には来なくていいみたいだから、他の場所に行ってみようぜ。